Good morning, movers. Welcome back to Move Daily Fitness. It's Tracy, and today's full body workout, we're going to do giant sets. I did one of these a little bit ago. You can click or tap the card at the top of the screen to check another one out if you like it. But today, the format is going to be in rep range. We're going to pick 5 different exercises, different muscle groups. We'll go through them all at once with minimal rest in between, and then we'll rest after the block, and then we'll repeat it for 3 rounds. So it's a great way to work because I'm gonna be doing opposing muscle groups. It makes it so that you can flow from one exercise to the next without having to rest a lot. So it will get your heart rate up if you like that. Make sure you join in today. Okay, you're gonna require a variety of dumbbells for the workout. Here's what I'm using. Of course, this is for reference, lift within your abilities. I'll also use my bench, but if you don't have it, I can show you modification. I will start you with a warm up and we'll end with a cool down as well. And coming up, we do have a brand new program called Stronger for Longer. If you're looking to maximize your bone mineral density as you age, maximize your lean muscle tissue, this is the program for you. You can click or tap the card at the top of the screen or check in the description below for that link. I encourage you to grab it because this is what living long and living well looks like. Okay, let's do this workout and move daily. Okay, let's hit strength on the watch here today. Take it wide. We'll start with a side to side lunge. Reach your hips back and we'll get that lower body warmed up first. Looking forward to this workout. I do like it because it feels like a lot of variety. Even though we're repeating for 3 rounds, you still do those 5 in a row. Then you get to take your little break. It just feels like more variety that way for me. Okay, one more here. And let's take it into the world's greatest stretch. Drop low, hand on the floor, and stretch right here. And switch. Big step up, opposite hand and foot on the ground. You sink down and stretch the hip flexors. Switch again. One more here. Crackety crack. Get all the cracks out. Okay, let's come back to standing and go into some alternating kicks. Two more here. All right, some side to side swings. You can hold onto a wall, flex the foot, and we're swinging side to side right here. Let's switch legs. 10 on this side. Nice. Come back to center. Let's hinge forward here and back. Just get the lower back warmed up. Reach those hips forward. One more. Oh, it feels good. Okay, one hand behind the head, one behind the back. Draw elbows back, just a nice stretch in the chest here. Switch sides. Switch again. And switch. Okay, we want to keep increasing blood flow a bit, so let's do heel dig and draw your elbows back, stretch the chest. High knee here and alternate. Let's do a butt kick with a punch right here. And torso turn to finish. Draw your elbow across the body, stretching through that middle back muscle. Awaken things up all over the body here this morning or this afternoon. Last 4. Okay. 5 exercises in a row, then a rest for about 60 seconds, repeat 3 times. In total, here we go. Okay folks, we're starting with the Bulgarian split squat. We're gonna do per side here. I think I'll start with 112. If you don't like the Bulgarian split and you wanna do a static lunge instead, that's fine, or if you don't have anything to put your back leg on. Otherwise, we're gonna do forward leaning to target the glutes. Let's drop for 12 per side, and I'm holding a 12. So you're low, and 1. That's it, let's go for 12 reps. Here's last for me. Nice. Switching sides. And 12, slight forward lean and low. Last for me, and 12 into chest press, and we're gonna go for 12 reps there. You can go on your back on the ground or a bench. I'm holding 20s. We're going right into it. Let's go for 12. Over the chest and push. 1, good. Last for me, and 12. Okay, setting those down, going right into your stiff leg deadlift. I'm gonna hold 30s, legs are stiff, and knees are soft, shoulders back. Here we go for 12. There's 12. Setting those down and going right into our bent over row. I'm gonna grab those 20s. We're hinging forward at the hips. Back is super flat. Shoulders back and row for 12. Pull, squeeze the shoulder blades at the top. 2. Last for me, and up. Whew. Okay, I'll set these here, and we're gonna go right into that ab, leg lifts. Okay, I will be adding a weight here next round, but we'll start with no weight. Both together or modify by single leg. Here we go, so you're up, and 1. Come to that hover position over the ground right here. We're at 6, halfway, 6 more now. and 6. Okay, now we get our break. Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna grab my water, which is right here, but you just stay with me, don't leave. Okay, very good. How'd that feel? So far, so good? Me too. Now, this is where we're thinking, was it hard enough for me, okay? Can I challenge the muscles in any way, shape, or form to a higher weight amount? I say yes. For me, I think I'm gonna start with my 20s on the Bulgarian split squat. Sorry, 120. I could hold 2 10s. But the one and holding it on that side, you can hold either arm really. I find just really gets me in the glute. Okay. Got a few more seconds here. Let's think about getting into position, either the static lunge or the Bulgarian split squat. I'm holding a 20. Let's go back and hit 12 per leg. Okay, set yourself up, slight forward lean, drop for 12. Good. There's my 12, switching sides, and drop here. Whew, that side was harder for sure. Okay, chest press. I'm gonna go up to my 25s. On your back on the ground or on your bench or Swiss ball. Let's go into 12 reps. I've got my 25s. Planting feet hard on the ground and push. $11, last for me, and 12. Okay, definitely slowing down on that weight. So it's a good indicator that it's getting heavy. Stiff leg deadlift. I'm gonna pop up to my 35s here. You could use a barbell. Stiff leg deadlift. Here we go for 12. Mind is in the hamstrings here. There's 12. Whew. Work, work. Okay. Let's set that down. I'll go into the leg raise, but I'm gonna hold a 3 between my feet. It just means I'm not going to bring my feet up as high, because if that dumbbell fell, I don't want it to fall on me. So 45 degrees and 12 reps here. So you're here, and 1, up, and 2. I'm halfway with 6. One more for me. And 12. A lot harder. Okay, rest for a minute. Now's your chance to really push toward that failure point. 1 to 3 reps left in the tank. 1 to 2, 1 to 3, somewhere in that range. That'll be different for everyone. So you think about what you can challenge yourself with. I was happy with the 20 there, but I think I'm gonna try the 25 on the Bulgarian. I don't want to, but I feel like I can. So I'll just be holding out on myself if I don't do it. All right, let's get ready. Last set, holding a 25. Get into position, forward lean, drop for 12. Oh, yeah, that was worth it. Definitely more of a challenge. I obviously needed that. Switching sides and work. Oh, wow. There's 12. That was hard. I'll give it that. I'm gonna go to the 25s for my chest press. Let's go right into it. Heart rate's climbing because of those big muscle groups. Let's go. Holding 25s and over the chest for 12. Mm, 12. Okay. Wow. That was work. I think I will keep those there. Good. Let's go into the deadlift. Holding those 35s again. One more for me. Wow. Okay. I would say the hardest part of that is probably holding them. You know, the hands, the arms. Let's go into our bent over row. Sticking with the 20s. Hinge at the hips. Super flat back. And up. There's 12. Okay, take it to the ground. Grabbing that 3 again between my feet, with or without a dumbbell. Leg raises. And you're here for 12. Ready? Let's go. I'm at 6. I'm thinking of really pushing the small of my back into the ground. Last for me, and 12. Let's give those knees a bit of a hug right here, just to stretch that lower back. Nice work, everyone. Okay, we're gonna wait a minute, and then we'll head into our second circuit. Just stretch that out for a second. Good. So you can see how time efficient it can be, right? Upper body's resting while we work lower body. Moving on to the next muscle group, heart rate stays elevated. This is a way to train. It's obviously not the only way. Excuse me. Some people like to take like a good amount of rest in between, and that's fine too. You know, you can build muscle lots of different ways, right? So let's take a look at the screen. There's the next 5. Grab your dumbbells, join me back. Okay, we're gonna start with a heels elevated front squat. I'll put my hex dumbbells on the ground here. If you have circle dumbbells, you don't have to elevate your feet, or you could use a small step, a rolled up towel, a weighted plate. I'll hold 15s. Front rack here, and think about quads at the top of the contraction. Here we go for 12, and 1. Halfway with 6. And there's 12. Of course, if you had a heavier dumbbell and you wanted to do a goblet hold, that's fine. Into your lateral raises. I'll hold 10s, and you can sit or stand. I will sit on this one. You're tall, shoulders back. Push up for 12. Here we go. Out to the side. Good. 2, and slow. There's 12. Let's set that down and into your plie. You could hold 2 dumbbells here. I'm gonna hold a 35-pound dumbbell in the middle. Plie position. Knees are out over toes. Roll your shoulders back. Let's drop for 12 reps here. Low. Squeeze at the top. 2. Good. And 3. And 12. Okay, setting that down and into your hammer curls. I'll go with my 15s here. Palms face the thighs. We're straight up and down. Shoulders low and back. Hit this for 12. All the way up, all the way down. Full range of motion, folks. 2. Control. And 3. Last one here, 12. And into calf raises. You can do this freestanding off of a stair or a step or a dumbbell. I'm gonna do it against a wall, walk my feet way back, press my heels to the ground and come up to my tiptoes for 12. Ceiling, low, 2, good, and 3. Go up as high as you can. There's 12. Okay, didn't really hit me that hard, that one. So we're resting right now. For the next one, I'm gonna create a deficit here for my calves to be in because they need a bigger stretch. They need more tension because that felt like nothing. So on my next round, I'll dip and drive, and this way I can hold a dumbbell here to weight the action. But if you don't have hex dumbbells and something to put them under so they don't roll, just do it off a small stair, a step, that all works, or just the ground. Let's grab a quick sip because we're gonna head into the second set here. Now, we're thinking of the overload, folks. What can you do to make it harder? I guess I'll hold my 20s here. I don't want to, but people like us sometimes do things like this because we have targets and goals, and we said we wanted to grow muscle. So ergo, this is how we do it. Let's go for 12. Low, 1. Eleven. Mama, that was tough. Had to mentally stay in the pocket for that one, and I did. And I did. Laterals, seated. Whew. Sticking with the 10s, let's go right into it, or you could stand. Up for 12.
Take me higher, leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again, all over again.
12. Nice. Yikes. Okay. Let's go into the plie. I've got my 45 here. I'll hold that one. 12 reps, knees out over toes. Let's drop for 12, low. Last for me. Excellent. Is that it? Hammer curls. Going into my 15s. Palms face the thighs, shoulders low and back. Full range here. Let's go for 12. All the way up, all the way down. Okay, there's 12. Nice. Excellent. Now, right into the calf raise, where I will hold my 20 here. Make sure you're safe and stable. Dip and drive for 12. Ceiling, drop, and 2, good, 3, two more here, 12, good. Okay, well, for me, that still felt like nothing. I've been a bit gun shy. Let's take our break with the calves because for the members, we did, I think it was 15 single leg calf raises, something like that. It was crazy. And I was holding like a 20 or 25 I started with. Single leg is a whole different ball game. Maybe we'll try that on the last one. If you want, you can, or stick with double. Single is then all your body weight on one side. So you're adding a lot of extra tension. I just wanted to do the double just to show you all what could be done for calves at home, but for me, hard to overload it here, right? But the single leg, that's a different ball of wax entirely. Set 3. Now is your time to really come toward that failure point. 1 to 3 reps shy. I'm going back to 20s because this was challenging enough for me. Let's hit our 3rd set. Up, up, and go. 12. There's 12. That was tough. Seated laterals, sticking with 10s. Roll the shoulders back and pop up for 12. Softness in the elbow. And 12 into your plie, sticking with that 45. I'm gonna hold it sideways just so it doesn't hit the ground. You're tall, get into position, engage the core, drop for 12. I've got my 45 here. Heart rate's up there, 152. Into my hammer curls for biceps. Shoulders back and work. $11, $12. Okay, if you wish, set this down, hit a single leg. I'm gonna hold a 15. We'll do 12 per side or do doubles. Here we go, up and 2. See, already it's harder. 3, obviously, 4, adjust your foot if you need. Wow. It's like so hard. Switch sides and up for 12. Of course, you could do this against the wall, single leg, just tap one leg behind your other one. This makes it more challenging. Halfway for me, 6 more. And up, very nice. Hiya, caramba. Okay, excellent. So take a break, take a look at the screen. That's what's gonna be coming up. And yeah, make sure you join me back. We'll hit that last one and finish strong. Okay, final set. Let's go into our front lunges. We're just gonna do 12 in total. Otherwise we'll be here for a long time. So make it heavier. I'm gonna hold 20s in each hand and alternating for 12 in total. Here we go. Hitting that quad. Good. Switch, 2. You don't have to tap the ground. I like to. You can if you wish. There's 4. Last for me. Okay, going into our skull crusher. This could be seated or standing. I'm gonna sit. I'll stick with my 20, up and over. Full range of motion here for 12 and 2. $11, and there's 12. Sticking with these 20s for my tricep chest press, down on the ground if you don't have a bench. Holding 20s, palms face each other. We're pressing straight up and down for 12. Ready, push. Good. 2, arms are close to the body. 3. $11, 12. Okay, very nice. Set those down and into the dumbbell pullover. I'll pop up to my 25. This can be done on your back, on the ground with hips elevated into a glute bridge, lengthwise on your bench or across the bench like I'll do. Let's go for 12, holding a 25 here. Create that diamond and lengthen and 1. Halfway with 6. One more for me. There's 12. Okay, carefully get out of that. And let's go into your small package on the ground. Little ab here. We're gonna come up to a seated position. You can modify right here with a single leg grab. Otherwise, up here for 12. And 12. Okay, there's the circuit. Water break, a little rest, and we'll pop into round 2 here. may have only done 2 sets in the first giant set workout, did I? I can't remember now. But I do want to do a combination of some longer, some shorter. Everyone has different desires, so I want to make sure everyone, you know, gets what they want here. And this one obviously is a longer strength workout, but you could do 2 sets of each and it would just be fine. So let's go into our second set, holding 20s again, alternating front lunge, 12 in total. That's 12. Good. I've got my 25 on the bench for my skull crusher, which is perfect. I'll go right into it. Up and over. 12 right here. $11, $12, that was a lot harder. Okay, back to my 20s for the tricep chest press. Flat on your back on the bench or the ground. Palms face each other. Holding 20s, press for 12, up.
With you, and there is nothing that can hold us back, we can do what we want to do.
11, 12, okay, mercy. Back to that 25, you wanna make sure you're ready, right? Because now we're getting in this precarious position. If you need to take a longer break in between, that's fine. I feel good. Thinking about the long back muscle here, so really putting my mind in my lats. Create that diamond, drop the hips, and lengthen here. And 1. Halfway was 6. Last for me. Very good. Okay. Small package. Let's hit this for 12 and work up. $11, 12, one more set, folks. Okay, we're getting there. We're close to the end. I know it doesn't feel like it. This has been a longer workout for sure, but great volume. Sometimes I find it challenging. I can't get as much volume as I want in just a 20 or 30-minute workout. So sometimes I need these longer ones in the equation. Okay, let's finish strong. I'm gonna go right into it. Rest if you need longer. My legs are ready. Let's hit that front lunge. I'm holding 20s. 12 in total. Last for me. Was work. Okay. Sticking with the 25 for my skull crusher. Seated or standing. Here we go. 12. Wow, that was fire. Okay, going into the tricep press, tricep chest press with those 20s. Ooh, feeling the triceps. Here we go, and push. $11, $12, nice. Right into my dumbbell pullover. I'm gonna go with a 30. On your back on the ground, lengthwise on your bench, on a Swiss ball even is nice here. You just need a little bit more balance. Okay, let's go for 12. Get into position, slow on the descent, then power up. There's 12. Okay. Get out of that precarious position and let's finish off with your small package. Oh, that was tough. Last 12 here. Work hard, finish strong, everyone. Let's go. 2. You've got 4 more. Stay in the pocket now. Last 3, 2, 1 and done. And you've moved daily. Oh, my lats. Good job, everyone. You moved daily in your giant set. Great strength workout, folks. Thanks for joining. That was hardy for me as well. Hey, don't forget, we do have our total body strength calendar. So if you love full body workouts, we have follow on calendar for that. It's a 4-week 4-week calendar. But also coming up is our brand new Stronger for Longer muscle and bone focus. And that's out now too. Click or tap the link in the description. All right, let's stretch this out. Holy lats, man. I don't know why that was hard, that lat. Let's stretch those lats out. Oh yeah. I needed that. Those last 3 on that, I was almost gonna stop, but I'm like, just push, but my lats were like burning, switch sides. And it's not too often that I can really target that. I don't think I've done a dumbbell pullover in a bit. Maybe that's why. My back was like, hey, we thought you forgot about us. I've been doing a lot of rows, but maybe not as much of the pullover. Okay, let's come up onto the wall. High hand and bring your chest toward the wall. Let's stretch that out there. Do you like the full body session? This one, the last time I did the giant set, went over really well. I just can't remember now if I did 2 sets. I think I must have. I don't feel like it was as this long. Switch sides. But it's nice because there's a lot of variety. We target all of the major muscle groups. And then if you put this on repeat, you know, if you did this You could do it at a minimum twice a week. That would be your baseline. That would be your minimal effective dose for muscle. Let's round through the back here again. But if you really wanted to put more volume on, get adequate volume, anywhere between that 10 and 15 sets per week, you could put this on repeat 3-4 times. But what I'm doing in the membership, hinge forward, reach up and push the thumb to the ceiling, is giving them 4 different full body workouts with different formats, different focus, but still on all of the major muscle groups. Switch sides. So they get some variety, but they get the adequate volume on all of the specific muscles, which is great and important if you want to grow said muscles. Now, resistance training is the baseline. That's your bottom, right? That's your foundation. Bring the arm across. Protein is a great lever to pull to help with muscle protein synthesis. So we recommend anywhere between 1.2 and 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. Switch sides. You can do more than that, it's fine, but you will get that muscle protein synthesis occur at that 1.2 to 1.6. So you don't have to overdo protein, right? 1.2, let's come up here for a hamstring stretch. 1.2 for me is around the 80 grams of protein per day. 1.6 is around 106. So it's somewhere around, I aim for about 90 grams a day, and that seems to do well for me. Switch sides. But it'll be different depending on your size. You just calculate your weight in kilograms and then multiply by 1.2 or 1.6 or anywhere in between that is fine. So yeah, that is a great way to grow muscle. And then of course, it's just that consistency. Quad stretch here, knees together, push your hips forward. Consistency, right? So this is why you always want to lift in a way that you can show up again tomorrow, because if you go so hard out of the blocks on Monday and then you can't train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday because you're so sore, then you don't have the volume in the week. So you haven't won if you do that. You're better off to just show up in a way that you can sustain, challenge yourself, but progress up to that, right? You don't want to go really hard out of the blocks or back from vacation and you just wreck your body. And then you're like, oh, I can't walk. I can't blow dry my hair. Like, that's not worth it. So start light, reintegrate yourself and work your way up. I'm going to come down to the side here, just stretching the inner thigh here. Anyway, so hopefully you're doing that. Eating anywhere around your workout could be helpful for you, but the most important thing is that you get your adequate protein amount and divide it evenly throughout your day. If one of those meals happens to land around your workout, great, that's super. There's not a huge statistical difference though if you eat right before and after your workout versus if you get that adequate protein in throughout your day. There's a slight difference, very slight, so if it works for you, it does. But if it doesn't, I know Stuart Phillips, PhD, has said that that anabolic window is more like a garage door. It kind of opens throughout the day, right? And you can consume your protein and it'll go and work in its muscle protein synthesis and help you build, versus what we used to think that had to be right around the workout or else your muscles have missed the opportunity. That is not what the science is showing. So yeah, they've learned a lot and we've learned a lot and now we're teaching different. So there you go. Okay. Grab the Stronger for Longer program. We're excited about that bone and muscle program, and we'll see you all in the next one.